Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Marilyn and this is Flosstube number 9. Today is November 11th, 2022 and I'm so glad that you stopped by. So I'd like to share with you some of my pieces. I would like to start off with some pieces that I have started. I've been enjoying working on these. So let's just get right to it. So the first piece I want to share with you is Support Group. And this is a Lori Holt pattern. I used all the, so far I'm using all the called for DMC flosses. And this is my progress. I am using, so this is 14 count Graceful Gray from Witchell. And so, yeah, that's my boob stitch. So this is gonna go in my sewing room. I think it's so cute. I love it. My goal is to try to cross stitch all of Lori Holt's patterns. But she keeps, popping them out. So the next one that I am stitching is You Are the Boss. And what I did with this one is I stitched the frame, and after I started stitching I realized, wow, this is pretty big fabric, and it's because I calculated for a 3-inch border, but I started 2.5 and 2, I don't know, or I just cut it too big, who knows, and it doesn't matter. Anyway, so my plan is to just fill these in monthly, or maybe do 2 a month in the coming year, or maybe I'll get started a little earlier, but I thought that would be kind of fun just to get a few cross stitches, a few patterns that have frames like this, and just stitch the frame first, and then every month stitch something on each of the pieces, and hopefully by the end of the year I can have a few of these type of framed pieces. So that'll be fun. I mean, that's what I'm planning. It doesn't mean that's what's gonna happen, because every time I make a plan for something, it doesn't always work out. But it is what it is, right? And so there's one that has really had, I've given my undivided attention to, and that is this chart right here. It's Button Bingo, and it's from Michelle. I think her name is Michelle, from Mama Loves You GB. So I was watching her last Sunday, I think. Anyway, I saw one of her floss tubes, and she was showing another pattern, and I think it was for Black Sampler November. I'm not sure how the hashtag goes, but anyway, so when I went into her shop, her Etsy shop, I saw this one, and I had seen this piece finished in one of her vlogs, so I thought it would be kind of cool to stitch it. So this is what I have so far, and I'm stitching mine on 14 count, and this is just a natural Ada from DMC, whatever was in my stash. I'm just trying to use up all the Ada and in my stash, because I don't want to keep buying more fabrics. And I've even thought of starting to dye some of my Ada. So I bought some Rit dye fabric, and I'm gonna see how that works out. I hope it works. I hope I can do a pretty decent job, and that way I can dye my cross stitch fabric whatever color that I want, and who knows, I think it'll be fun. So we'll see. So I figured with what I have here I can practice, and I know that I ordered a little aging spray. I can't remember what it's called. It's from Primitive Gatherings. I ordered it this morning, so that some of the pieces that are finished that I already have, I can spray some of that on it and kind of give it that aged look. We'll see how it works. But anyway, so those are the pieces that I am currently stitching on. And let's see, I think I have another one upstairs, but I have not really done much stitching, so I figured I was just going to share the 3 that are under my needle currently. And I want to just get right to my Foley finishes, because I'm really excited about them. I want to get them on my wall. I can't wait. So when my husband comes home tonight from work, we're going to hang them up. And I figured, why not make this floss tube before he gets home from work, right? So let's get to it. I want to share with you, first of all, this was my Halloween piece. I finished it just in time for Halloween. I finished stitching it the morning, Halloween morning, or yeah, that morning. And then I finished the whole little pillow at night. And so it was exciting. I was really happy with it. And this is the little cat that I stitched. I still need to stitch this little guy, but I figured, you know, I'll leave that for later. When I pick up some more Halloween stuff, I need to get stitching ornaments, so I don't want to work on that right now. But here is my finish. I think I'm really happy with the way he turned out. I think his eyes are like kooky looking, so they remind me of like the Mad Hatter kind of feel, or the Cheshire Cat or something like that. So I'm really excited with the way he turned out. I know that, you know, I made the outer border a little bit wider than the sample for the piece, but after I stitched it, my husband said he really liked the way it looked because it was framed, because I was going to re-stitch it, and so he said just leave it, it looks fine like that. And so I love him. He's so cute. I am going to put him, because even though Halloween is over, I am going to put him in my little shadow box where I keep all of my cross stitches, like little pillows and little ornament type things. I keep them in this shadow box, and it's one of my thread cabinets. The top part, it was supposed to be a desk, but the top came out, and so my husband, he put a piece of glass, and so it's a shadow box now, or, you know, a display thingamajiggy. So that is where he's going, and I'm so excited. Oh, he's filled with just regular polyfill, whatever stuffing that they sell. I think I got it from Joann's. Can't remember because it's been a while. It's been in my stash. So yeah, I didn't put anything special in there. It doesn't have any, sometimes I put lavender, but I didn't put lavender in this one. So yeah, I'm excited with that one. I think he's so cute. He's adorable. All right, so so the next one is Flea Market Flowers. I love this one, and I love the way it's finished here, but I didn't get this one professionally framed. I did all the finishing. So the pieces that I'm showing you here, I did all the finishing for. So they're not perfect, but they're doable. I'm happy with them. So this is the one that I have. I got this frame from, I think it was Frames USA or something like that. And I'm happy with the way it turned out. I had to get a square frame. I think this is a 13 by 13, and I couldn't find something like that at Michael's or Joann's. The largest they had was 12 by 12, so I had to go online and order a frame, and I'm happy with the way this one turned out, so I can't wait to display it. And the next one is a piece that I had displayed back here before. It's Little House Needleworks, just, what is it? Oh, One More Stitch. So this one here, was stitched on 16 count beautiful beige. Is it? Yep. And I had originally just tucked it in this frame and I put it back here, but I decided, you know, to do the batting and lace it and all of that because it kept falling out. So, but I'm thinking of just leaving it here temporarily. So I never really finished the back. Look. So I have it in there with some, I think they're called T-pins. But anyway, so because I feel, I don't know, let me know. What do you think? Just leave it in the comments. Do you think that I need to get a wider frame? Because it's right at the edge. Like there is no border on the sides. So, I mean, some days I think it's cute and I think it accomplishes what it's supposed to. And then sometimes I feel like it needs to be a bigger frame. I'm not sure. So just let me know what you think. All right. So I have a few more here, which I'm really excited, like I said before, because it feels like I keep repeating myself. So this one is Stitchy Stars. Now for this one, I bought the same plaque that's displayed here, but I stitched mine on a lighter fabric. And when after I wrapped it on the sticky board and everything, I felt that it was just too light. The fabric and the plaque were fighting against each other. So unless I painted the plaque, I needed to do something so that it just wouldn't have that fighting contrast. So that it would have contrast. Anyway, so what I decided to do is I decided to put rickrack. And I was at Hobby Lobby looking for frames for another project. And I bought some blue rickrack. And I figured, well, let me see how it's gonna, you know. So I put some rickrack around it. And I think it looks pretty, I think it looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Well, let me be, yeah, I think that the blue helps separate and it doesn't look like the fabric color and the frame are fighting against each other. They actually play nice with the blue rickrack. So, oh, and also I am planning to display this one vertically, and that's why I stitched it like that, because I'm going to put it in just, it's a wall space. It's a very narrow wall space, and I thought this would be perfect. So I need to put a little hook on the back. I'm not going to take this string because I figured I'll tape it down. If I ever want to display it this way, I have options. Just saying. So anyway, I'm really happy with this one. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. This was actually, I can't remember because I have another piece that I did the whole rickrack. I think this was the second one I did. Can't remember with the rickrack, but anyway, I'm happy and I just can't wait to display it. So okay, and here is one that I shared at the last Flosstube. It showed you the frame, ooh, and that is cut, press, sew. And as I had mentioned last time, I can't remember if it was Michael's or Joann's, but I was at one of the stores. I grabbed the floss and I matched the paint, the craft paint, with the iron. Yes, because it's this color. So I matched it as close as I could to that color. And then so it's all framed. I laced the back. And I didn't finish painting the back of the frame, but someone at my hand group, my handwork group, it's mentioned that there are little, they're not, what are they called? They're like little stopper type things, little, I can't remember the name of them, but you put them on the back of your frames, and I'm sure that you're all screaming the actual name of it. But I'm thinking maybe I should do that. Maybe I should go see if I can find some at Michael's and paint the back of the frame. But we'll see. And then I put a piece of fabric. I had a little extra tacky, sticky board, and I put the fabric, and then I use it so you don't see all the ugliness, right? But this one, what I did for this one, and so these two pieces, what I did, I used 3 layers of batting. So 2 layers of cotton and 1 of wool, and I sandwiched the wool between the cotton, and each layer I trimmed a little shorter or a little narrower than the previous one. So the first layer is the size of the sticky board. Then the second layer is just a little bit, maybe 1/4 of an inch smaller all around. And then the third layer, I did the size of the mat board. So the smaller layer, the smaller layer is in between. So it's the wool one, and it's in between the 2 cotton layers. Okay. I'm sure that didn't make any sense. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, I do want to apologize before I continue for talking so fast. I'm just trying to, this is probably the 3rd time I've recorded this. And because I don't edit my videos, I just go straight through. My poor son is upstairs on the 2nd floor because I'm in the basement and I'm recording this. And the last time I was, well, the previous video before this one, I had to stop because you can hear all the walking right above. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So let me continue. Let me show you my last finish, which I am I'm so happy with this one. It's not perfect. It was crazy when I was putting it together. Honestly, it was a nightmare. I had glue everywhere. I think at one point I wanted to cry. It's probably not straight. It's not perfect. But I'm happy with it. And let me just show it to you. So it's this one. And this is, I went this past Saturday to Hobby Lobby. I dragged my husband and my son. And I got this frame. This one is not the same one that's used in the pattern, but it's just a little smaller because what I did was, this frame is one of those wall art frames. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? Where they have like different sayings. So this one had some letterings that were like, it was applied to it, so we had to sand them off and make everything nice and smooth. And then I took some sticky board and I applied this fabric. But for some reason, the sticky board, the stickiness really wasn't sticky because it was the one that I got from Hobby Lobby. And it was just, it was not good. It had no stickiness to it. So I was looking for my Aliens glue and I couldn't find it. And so I used white school glue that was, I don't know if it was good or not because it wasn't coming out white. It looked like it'd been sitting for a while. Anyway, it did stick though, right? So I put the fabric on the sticky board and then I cut another piece. I put some cotton batting on another piece of sticky board and then I laced this piece onto the one that had the batting. And then after I laced it, I applied the rickrack. So this rickrack is not, it was rickrack I found at Hobby Lobby. So it's not really big. I'm not even sure which one they have here. I think this one is a little bit wider. But that was crazy. I tried to, I tried to put the glue on the cross stitch fabric and then lay the rickrack, and yeah, it was crazy. It was an adventure, but it's done. And so, oh yeah, and if you're wondering, the only thing I can do is I hot glue everything to this. So I hot glue this board to the frame, and then I hot glue this to the board. I'm sure some people are cringing, but I figured I just want to enjoy this piece. I know that, you know, I don't know what's going to happen 20, 30 years from now, but I want to enjoy the piece now. And so hot glue was my best friend at that moment, and I'm happy with the way it turned out. So I'm sure I'm going to hear someone's going to tell me that I was naughty by putting hot glue, but you know what? Just share with me. How do you finish your pieces? Because it was really hard just using, to me, it's so hard. You put all that time and effort in your cross stitch, and then applying any kind of glue just makes me cringe. So, but then the hot glue, that was very, that was a hard decision, but nothing else was working. So I figured I just had to make it, you know, because I would have been sadder if it would have popped out and it would fall and knock everything anyway and get damaged that way. So I figured I'm just gonna have to hot glue it, and so I did, and well, it's done. Okay, so if you're still watching, if you haven't clicked off and you're still here, thank you so much for watching, you know, this far. So I just have a few things that I want to share. It's a very small haul. I have more haul, but it's somewhere else. And, you know, I think if I show everything, it becomes overwhelming sometimes. But I'm excited with these pieces. So one of my favorite shops, one of my favorite online shops is the Fat Quarter Shop. And so every morning I check their flash sale, and I get excited when I see things like Orifloss or, you know, threads, because I love threads. I have a thread obsession. So that's what I got this pack. I do need to get the pattern to make the ornaments. I forgot. Oh well. But anyway, so I got the thread pack, and I'm excited for that. I also bought, because I'm hoping, I love Teresa Colgate. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but I love her patterns. And so I ordered this one, and I ordered this one. So hopefully I can get one of them started. Maybe this one for next year. We'll see. It's just so cute, all the animals. So let's see what happens. And I love fractal, so I can't wait. So wish me luck on those, because they look like there's a lot of stitching, and we'll see, we'll see. Anyway, I'm excited with the pieces I got. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Leave a thumbs up, a like, and have a good one. All right, take care. Bye.